Student activists organized a protest last fall to voice opposition to police and Border Patrol brutality. That led to a student-faculty development of a new combined Black Chicano history class and their first forum being held this Wednesday called SD Police Border Patrol in Our Community, Breaking the Borders. Joining me are San Diego City College students Joanie Lopez, president of the school's national Chicano student group, and Mecha and Aaron Harvey, co-founder of the student group Justice for SD 33. And Joanie, how are issues of equality different for Black and Chicanos?
I would say the fact that we have immigration, a lot of immigration happening with the Latino community, also language barriers, but we share a lot in common. We have, we're minority, we get discriminated, we get racial profiled all the time.
And speaking of which, Aaron, you were charged under the anti-gang conspiracy laws. How does that law affect both Blacks and Latinos?
Well, in order to be eligible for this law, the Penal Code 182.5, you have to be documented as a gang member. And in San Diego County, I believe we have 3,700 Latinos documented as gang members and 1,700 Blacks documented as gang members. So if they wanted to start applying this law to everyone, it would actually affect the Latino community more than the Black community.
We talked a little bit about at the beginning this inequality differences, which seem minor compared to the big picture. And I'll start with you, Aaron. There seems to have been in the past a reluctance for Latinos and Blacks to maybe work together on the same issues. Do you find that to be true? And if so, why do you think that is?
Most definitely. Well, anytime you have two individuals who have been deprived of whether it be resources or anything, then a lot of times they end up fighting amongst each other for the scraps. When we need to understand that our liberation is tied into one another, that we're both being oppressed and we're both being incarcerated at the same rates, and that we need to find ways to work together in order for both of our people to be liberated.
And you're nodding your head on that, Joanie. Do you want to add to that?
We need to get together because we share same common grounds. And so in order to move forward, we need a stronger force. That's how you get
the unification.
The unification, right.
Well, I know you're in the new Black Chicano history class.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, why do you think that course is beneficial? How is it helping you?
Man, we're learning the Black perspective and the Chicano perspective at the same time. And we're having discussions that we wish to have a 3-hour class instead. But we're learning that we have the history, present, and past are parallel to one another. And the fact that we have this class and that we get to share are something that you don't hear out or you don't read in high school books, for example.
Right, you don't hear that sort of parallel path.
And you don't hear the same perspective. And the fact that we're learning two perspectives and we're finally having a discussion, we're like, okay, we're ready. What's next? What's going to happen?
Now, Aaron, you're one of the speakers at Wednesday's forum on police and border patrol brutality, addressing that issue in San Diego. What are some of the key topics of discussion for that forum?
Well, for me, I'm going to be talking more on solidarity. So we must unify, and we have to understand that our identities are the same. And that's where the class is so important, is because you have two populations of people who don't know where they came from. So therefore, you don't know where you're going. So at the seminar tomorrow, again, we're going to be talking about the similarities of our past, how immigration and mass incarceration are both tied into one another. And that, again, like we're both being affected by the same thing, so there's no point of us fighting against each other. We need to unify.
And I'll have to end on this, Joanie. What's the response been so far since this class has started and sort of this unified approach that, hey, we're all in the same place here?
Well, as president of Mecha, I have 35 students that are coming outside of the classrooms to be part of clubs. And also, I'm also part of Pillars of the Community and also on Social Justice Coalition. So we are having Chicanos, we're having Black students, including other ethnicities coming together, and we're finally organizing to create something.
All right, Joanie Lopez and Aaron Harvey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.